think a lot of us are tired of seeing certain things as if you're a content creator. All right, this opening boxes and showing your Amazon hauls, I think people are just tired of seeing that. If you're bringing home a big giant haul and you're saying, check out my Amazon haul, and you're spending all this time unboxing to try to show all of these amazing things, I think that's super tacky, and it's different showing what you have, but it's the abundance of look at all this haul and watch me open all of these boxes. You're stealing people's time and you're wanting them to engage in you, but you're spending the first 2 minutes of your video unboxing a bunch of gluttonous purchases. And that's usually what they are. They're like, oh, I just found all of these great things. You're probably going to return half of those things anyways. Some of these things that are they're just getting really tacky on Instagram. The overuse of AI, the overuse of using AI to create every picture you have and to sell stuff. I'm just not interested in that. AI is a tool to use, and it's not something that I feel we should be embracing for our everyday life. You're literally engaging and utilizing the same programming that wants to take you out. It wants to take your whole position out. And you're like, yeah, let me wrap my arms around this, and so it needs to be a tool. Not only that, AI uses hundreds of millions of gallons of water. It's using precious resources and taking that away from actual people and animals to produce all of this ridiculous content. And I know people just use it for everything. They're like, oh, just put in this prompt and all of a sudden it shows a picture of me. But that's not even you anyways. It's all overly fake. While we're on this subject of tacky things that people continue to do, if you're a content creator and you're wondering why your account may not be growing and why you may having struggle, you have to check with how you are presenting yourself and if you're the hero of the story. Because number one, if you're the hero of the story all the time and you're like, look at me, look what I got, look what I am, look what I did, and you're not the bridge between the person viewing and the good results that they want, then they're going to look at that and feel bad about themselves. Oh, she's got all that and I don't. And it's going to make that other person viewing either chase what you have or feel very insecure or put you up on a pedestal and make them feel like they're lesser. You have to show a way of, hey, I've achieved this and this is how I did it. So you're not the hero, you are the bridge between who they are or what they have and the direction that they want to go in. And you want to bring them up, not down. Oh, look at all this stuff I just bought. Look at all this credit card debt I just got into. That's what you should really be saying. And so many people laugh about that. Oh, my husband said not to buy more pillows, so I bought more pillows. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, so you're disrespecting what your husband feels and what he thinks, and you think it's a big joke to just continue buying and filling your house with stuff. Like, let's be honest. Let's get real with each other that more and more and more is a behavioral pattern that keeps you stuck. This also walking around with your coffee cup and mixing it and showing what you're putting in it and then showing yourself sitting down on a chair with a blanket. Nobody cares. Cleaning your house all the time or showcasing that, look at me clean my kitchen and unload my dishwasher and do my laundry and do all this stuff. Yes, resetting is different than showcasing. Like, I got my own dishes to wash. I don't need to watch somebody wash their dishes. I got my own house to tend to. These are things that we think people want to see and they really don't want to see. It's boring, it's unengaging, and it's just like, I got my own house to take care of. Why am I watching somebody clean their house? Bringing another item into your home and saying, oh, this one thing just transformed my space. And you shove it in with a bunch of the other things that you said the same thing about. This one thing. I remember seeing that thing yesterday. You said that one thing. And then a week ago you said, oh, this one thing is a must-have. I'm so glad I bought it. It transformed my space. No, it didn't. It just got shoved in with all the other things. You don't need 50 of the same things. This is the problem, is you're suffocating the home. You're creating so much clutter, and it's getting to the point where I can't even follow some of those accounts because I'm like, ugh, it makes me anxious just seeing it. I'm like, oh, girlfriend, we got to do something about this. I can't watch this anymore. And so it's turning into be a really big turnoff for people. Just some of these little these little I don't know what they are. People think everybody wants to watch this. If you're showcasing a piece of art and you turn around really slow to show the artwork, why are you doing that? Just show the piece. You don't need to turn the artwork around really slow. It's taking too long. So if you're utilizing the first 5 seconds of the video, unboxing or slowly turning something around or mixing your coffee, nobody cares. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to wake people up that it's too much, and everybody's doing it. You scroll past the same accounts with their same music and the same trendy audio, the same, I want to sit in my home, eat my snacks and do this. And it's like, yeah, let's just all be lazy and sit in our home and do nothing and spend all of our money at Home Goods and decorate with a bunch of extra stuff to make a home feel cluttered while we don't get to the gym, while we go against what our husband wants us to do, and we just get more gluttonous and more inflamed. Like, that's that's what we should be saying. Utilizing music to manipulate the video, that's another thing that I see, which is really tacky. People will do a very blah, they're showcasing, but then the music is like super overly either emotional or super overly aggressive, very loud, or just something that doesn't match or flow with the video. So it's designed to manipulate the person watching, or maybe enhance more of what it does. Now, I agree with adding songs that match the video, like if it's an emotional video or if it's a message you're trying to get across, you want to use the right music for that. But if you're using something that's very vulgar to try to make your home look good, and I see this a lot of times, and I have to unfollow because I don't want to hear the vulgarness, the cussing, and the music that's supposed to make me, oh yeah, you're such a baddie. You're a baddie. You're a stay-at-home baddie, or whatever it is. I mean, it's just gotten to the point where, I'm just clicking the unfollow button so fast these days because of this. People want the real deal. They want to connect with real people. They want to be lifted up and out. They want to be inspired. They want to be shown, how do I make healthy choices in today's world when everything's very expensive? How do I live an elevated life if I have to downsize? That's a big one. How do I eat healthy on a budget? How can I afford to still do some of the things I want that make me feel human, like a woman, getting my hair done or something like that, without going overboard? That's what people want. They want to be shown how to live an elevated life of freedom and simplicity where they feel alive and they're full of vitality, and they have a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship with their kids, and they feel good. You know how many women don't feel good, but they keep doing the same things that keep them overweight and anxious and stressed out with high cortisol. All of these things that are gimmicks that are made to make you feel a certain way or buy a certain thing, they're just gimmicks. They're, oh, you got to have this non-slip bath mat. It's going to change your life, and look at all these organizers I have to organize my abundance of stuff, and it makes me feel so good. This is the first house you should be working on, this house. Before you start remodeling that house, you should remodel this house. Mind, body, soul. Remodel this house before you start putting money into that house. And so many people get it backwards. They put all of their money and emphasis on a building or a house while they neglect their house. And this is just a rant because I'm kind of just fed up, especially with the overuse of AI. People using AI to do the work for them, to sell products from Amazon and stuff. I'm not interested. It doesn't even look like that in person. Yeah, it looks way better when you look at the image. You're like, whoa, that looks so nice. Yeah, because it's not real. Because there's no blemish on it, because there's nothing fake on it. The lighting's perfect, everything's perfect. Now, I know people that do it in a tasteful way when they're showing mock-ups of architecture and ideas for, living room spaces, design. That's different. What I'm talking about is the overuse of it with selling products when you're using the AI to make the images to sell the products in a space that doesn't exist. I mean, that's really it's getting really tacky and it's overused. Showing also closets that are just packed with so many expensive things. I see people it's all ego. It's all ego. Look at all of my Louis Vuitton. Look at all of my stuff. There's nothing wrong with having nice things or, Louis Vuitton. Of course, those are beautiful, probably well-made you know, in Italy or whatever. I don't know because I don't buy it, but it's the overconsumption that is glamorized to think this is freedom. It's not freedom. You know what freedom is? No debt. You know what freedom is? The freedom to choose where you live, how you raise your children, the freedom to eat healthy, to wake up, to have a life designed in a beautiful way that honors God, honors yourself and your family, not overly consuming and having more. Ooh, Sheen and Temu. You're putting toxic chemicals all over your body is what you're doing. And now you're promoting something that is coming from another country, which most things are, but this is different. These are high-induced factory practices that are basically making people slaves. That's what they're doing, and you're promoting it to have more unnecessary things made from cheap fabrics like rayon and polyester that have no benefits, no frequency to them, are not healing whatsoever, and it's feeding a fast fashion overconsumption lifestyle. How about you save that money and do something, you know, positive, like buying healthy food or getting a gym membership or something. And this, again, is not to be rude. It's just to be real. Like, how long are we going to dance around this topic and be like, oh, well, you know, no. Like, let's just point out the elephant in the room. Like, literally, like, what are you doing? How much more stuff do you need? How much more in your closet do you need to be happy? You know, how much more? Let's just keep getting and consuming. And, you know, it's a race that keeps women specifically stuck. They're stuck because they're chasing. They're buying without thinking. They're consuming instead of creating. Women are creative beings. There's a line though. Create to curate. You're creating a culture in your home. You're creating a beautiful life. Consumption is totally different. This is done mindlessly. This is done by almost an animalistic, like mouth watering. Oh yeah, I got to get that. It's like, I've never shopped Black Friday. Why would I want to race somebody to buy some junky thing? Oh, I got to get this TV, and you're running over. And did you hear years ago that kid who was I think volunteering, he got trampled on and killed at a Walmart because of people Black Friday stampeding all over him, because people are obsessed with more. It is really a loud, obnoxious life. This is why I do not enjoy connecting, following, or supporting the women on social media who are promoting this. I cannot, in my good conscience, do it. I can't support it. I can't help them grow their pages. I can't. And you're probably wondering, well, you're on YouTube and you only have like 1,000 followers. Well, I've built quite a bit more of that on Instagram, being intentional and speaking out, and I still share shopping because you're still gonna create and curate a beautiful home. I still love beautiful things, but I am not this obsessed person like I used to be. That's the thing. I used to be that, and I hated myself for it. Years got wasted doing it. Chasing junk. It's all garbage, crap, junk. And the thing is, okay, yeah, you can find some great things at Home Goods and TJ Maxx. I am not knocking that. I am not knocking if you're on a budget and you need to find something that looks nice. But a lot of those things are made with lead. So you're bringing in lead in your home, which could be causing migraines and lead poisoning. I would advise getting in one of those little lead pens to see what has lead in it, because a lot of the dishes and ceramics and things, these things are made from resin and lead, and they're not really good quality materials. You want to look for things like marble and stone, you know, onyx, things that are real, you know, pieces, not fake, cheap dupes. This is why I'm against mostly the dupes, because I believe in buying the real product, the real deal. If it's a resin version of a marble bowl, it's going to be cheaper, but it's also not going to be the real thing. And I like the real thing. Now, not all the time. My clothes aren't all 100% cotton. I did buy some 100% organic cotton workout wear, and it didn't last as long as I wanted it to, and it was really overpriced. So I buy what I like. This is probably a polyester blend, but I like it. So not everything obviously has to be, but my bedding, I never buy polyester bedding because I don't like to sleep in it. It's hot, and I feel like you are rolling around in plastic at night. I like linen or 100% cotton, so I try to stay away from those things as much as possible. Linen is actually the highest frequency material. It runs at a 5,000 hertz frequency, and it's in its nature, it is designed to heal the body. This is why they used to wrap people in linen all the time for ceremonies and even death, because there's something so spiritual about it. So organic cotton, I think, runs at like 1,000 hertz. I'm not sure, but you got polyester and rayon, that's 0. So you want to try to stick with wool, silk, things like that, if you can. You're not always going to be able to. But the more that you can pull back on this overconsumption of this cheap dupe junk and this chasing all of this garbage, the healthier your life's going to be. And you can create a non-toxic way of living without doing a huge transformation and everything all at once. You just do a little at a time, starting with cleaning products, starting with maybe bedding, and pulling away some of the plastics and the junky things in the home that are just taking up space and not really enhancing anything. They're just adding to the noise and the clutter. And also unfollow these garbage accounts. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said garbage accounts, but at some point you got to draw the line where you stand and what you're willing to compromise in and what you're willing to tolerate. That's what my last video was about. What are you going to tolerate? Whatever you tolerate, you grow. You say, yeah, this is fine, and you bring more of that in. And so I've gotten to the point where there's things I don't want to tolerate anymore. I'm not interested in it. I don't have to give an explanation of why I unfollowed or why I'm not interested. I'm just not interested anymore.